Wow.
That's
So beautiful.
Oh man, now I can breathe. Don't hit the. Oh, so yeah, just hit your tooth.
Yeah, so I can figure out what I need to do.
I feel like with 30, the lingual taper. I mean, sorry, the distal taper. It's like it forces you to do it a certain amount because the other tooth is there.
Right.
And then that's kind of what I go off of on my mesial distal taper. You know, I just match the mesial to make it draw with the distal. Okay. Okay. And then I'm just gonna go straight to the buckle. I'm just gonna look based on kind of path of draw right now, but I think. Man,
So when you go down there and line it up, what are you doing?
right here,
Yep.
I'm just checking to see if this could be used as a landmark for you.
Okay.
Because sometimes as you go through facial reduction, depending on how things are looking, sometimes you need to move because
I don't think so. It's not right, unfortunately.
It couldn't be that easy, right?
It is right. So I basically make it a box first. Like, just do the walls, worry about the line angles next. Come on, hand piece. Yeah, that sounds pretty bad, doesn't it? Okay, and then I'll use my buckle to get my lingual and put it on the lingual, and then just match it here.
Right.
Hold that finger position, carry it over,
Okay.
and then, but it's gonna be slightly more tapered, so you're gonna get it here, and then just tilt the hair.
Okay.
It's almost like.
And what you can do is look with your period
First?
some pearls of wisdom. When you trade a margin, you like thin margins. No, don't do feather margins. You like feather margins. You like light margins.
Man, this thing's.
Gold's like a little bit heavier margins. So gold crown margins are like 0.3 to 0.5.
That's crazy.
Totally like rattling on
Yeah.
0.3 if you're with Jones.
there. All right, so
Okay. So what I'm
I'm gonna go through and make. So I can see here I'm a little tight, so I'm just gonna.
pressure bar.
I'm gonna.
The margin just creates itself and it's perfect. So
I'm gonna lean my buckle in a
you're
little
fighting
bit.
kind of digging, then it's like it might be some here, but kind of live. So when I would get to the facial, I would just work. So can't really get a picture of the particular bar.
Man, this the prep's probably gonna be pretty rough. This thing's shaking all over the place.
That's alright. I'm not gonna do
But-
it.
So if you're looking like I'll let you look.
So sometimes I won't even do a medium chamfer on the distal.
Really?
Yeah. Usually by the end of it you can fit one through, but
Yep. So I'll just lean it a little bit harder.
all right. So that's starting to look good taper wise.
Slightly.
And that's so when you're seeing if it's good taper wise, you're looking straight down
Yeah.
to making sure you can see your margin.
Exactly.
Okay.
Straight down. Make sure I can see all walls. Yep. nice.
Okay.
All right, so then this is a kind of a point of learning here. So to get my line angles, this is one of the tough, line angles are tough. And the way I do that is orient my burr on each of the walls adjacent to the line angle. So, so say we're going to do the Mizio buckle line angle. I'm gonna lay my burr against this wall, get that angulation right, and then I'm gonna lay it against the facial surface here and get that surface. And I'm gonna try to hold that with my fingers so that it's on both. Got it this way and I got it this way. Right? And then you just go on through.
Some people may finish the facial completely before they move on. I like to get everything about 50 to 75%, see the whole picture, and then I'm like, okay, if I can fix this, and then.
Just happy for a second. All right, so.
I go from the Quizle for the AirPods. Have you ever tried that?
Yep, so that's what you want. That's how you want to do it. I'm just going to establish that margin a little bit more. All right, and then same thing with the lingual. Bob's really working that neck.
You're not going to be undercut on the interproximal, and you're not going to be critically over tapered on the interproximal. But you can get like help you not feel or help you get it in your hook. So I go
And we're working our way to distolingual, which I know is the bad boy.
Slowly but surely.
Yep. Okay, so distolingual, I'm going to try to do the same thing here.
Okay. Hold on.
About this way. Alright, so now we can look down from the top and see all walls and all margins. It's kind of round right now, so I'm going to try to flatten out that lingual wall a little bit. This is the main reason I like doing the walls first, is because you have more walls to see your taper or not see your taper.
Right.
The mesiolingual is a little thin, but we'll move on. All right, so you get it like decently finished there, and then let's see, what did I do next? Oh yeah. Could you let's see the pencil? So next, put the cusps together. Figure out where I kind of align my cusp tips. I'll draw them on here. So I'm gonna find the groove here on the opposing tooth. Mark a line. The cusp tip of the opposing teeth here. Mark a line, and then the cusp tip here over there. So basically, that's gonna be. This is going to be my distal cusp tip here, and then the mesial cusp tip will remain over here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just do it. That's fine. Okay, so here's what we do for the wing.
Alright, so I'm just reducing the height here.
Paper is correct
Um,
on the facial.
this. Sure, honestly, if I did it this way or not. So bear with me.
Pick that girl up from the facial. Keep annulating exactly the same as you do the wing. Okay?
We'll go for it.
I'm a little bit under paper.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna, as I'm margining,
Not my bird.
see, I still don't really have a margin in mine. As I'm margining,
Yeah.
I'm gonna push harder at the top of my brush. Okay? Yeah. So correct. This one is just slightly, you look down that one and you can see that it's just slightly more, when compared to this one, mine's more upright.
So I'm gonna make those divots and then know that the divot on the cusp tip here needs to be obviously the new crest. So I need to reduce everything else around it until that is the crest.
So you don't even do your central groove either.
My what groove? Oh,
It's okay if you don't. I
You
mean,
know how to fix them.
I was
No,
told if
I
you do
didn't-
it like this,
So
it kind of
now
makes it
that
anyways.
you, like,
yeah, I never did do a central groove, yeah.
Look at this. But I almost exclusively evaluate. So I look this way, and then I would evaluate from your from that crystal. So I'm gonna look at my bead and calibrate on my path of draw. Okay, this is like correct, if you want to look at it. This is like very close to correct, and as I marginate, like I said, because of that Erbium ladder, it's gonna push that, it's gonna make that angle just where I want it. So can you see the difference? It's very, you see I swipe this 3 times, but it like changes. And you're not, if you don't have a margin yet, you're not in PVC at all. So if you're like, oh God, it's wrong, like, I'm screwed, you're not. If you don't have a margin yet, you can read, you can say, okay, this is wrong, this is fine, let me check again where my path of draw is, and then just keep going, okay? So I think that is good.
All right, so with the occlusal reduction, I'm being a little more aggressive than I would be if I were you on the practical because you can, because it's like, that's such a fine line where you can over reduce.
Oh yeah,
and,
for sure.
So I usually tend to start a little under, and then that looks like it's probably slightly over reduced, but not too far off there.
Right.
And yeah, it's a little over. And then
Then you have room.
The-
It's gonna move down, and you have room to fix it. Yeah.
with the lingual, you can either, there's different tricks to be able to determine whether you have enough clearance on the lingual.
Look, I've got a baby margin
You can
on
put,
the facial.
what
My
is it,
path
some
of
sort
draw is what I want.
Putty or
So I'm gonna
impression
do that.
material in
Yeah,
there,
they told us about that.
or
And then I'll have a rough outline of everything.
you can do surgery through the back of Bob's throat and
Do
check.
the down and make my margins exactly how I want them. I use
See if you have clearance through there.
It
Let's see.
slows you down. I'm not going to use it really today till the very end, but for you, you have 2.5 full hours. I think you have time to use the slow speed.
Which
Don't get
you
bogged
do.
down using the slow speed because
Biggest thing,
don't
you just
run
don't
out
want
of
it to
time
catch
and
on the
not
lingual.
I would say
However you do it.
definitely use that last 45 minutes. If you feel comfortable with where you're at, use the slow speed. It makes it really.
And then after
So
doing that, I'll go. Do you use your slow speed?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
I feel like I have more control with it,
Yeah.
especially around the margins, and it just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
So I'll
if you leave too much to be done with the slow speed, then you're
Yeah.
working at it, and then all of a sudden you're like,
steady as possible.
just
Yeah.
completely annihilated that line angle, you know, by
Yep. So when you're doing, like when you did your initial reduction, the axial reduction,
Kind of recalibrate on the face.
obviously you're using a pretty good amount of pressure because you're taking
Yeah.
off a good bit. So like when you do that, are you just keeping the bird just like this? So what I find myself doing is, like I said earlier, I'll do the top and then I'll angle it and use kind of the tip-ish a little bit to make it go in so I can do my margin, and then have the center where it's still bulky. So what you did was you just took it all down, and as you take it down, you make that more liquid, right? Okay.
And I feel like that's an important aspect, is to keep that burr in one plane.
Right.
So that you're bringing in, you're not doing this, you're not doing that,
Right.
but it's just boom. So that way you're having no undercuts, no over taper, you're just having that nice draw. So yeah, so there's not much you can learn to kind of be like a robot. So then you go in and just make it look pretty, you know. Then I'm really gonna evaluate my draw everywhere. It's super bumpy, but besides that, I see, like, for example, the mesiolingual line angle is a little bit under tapered, so so at this point, when everything's looking pretty good, that's when you're gonna do your slow speed. You're gonna make those margins just beautiful. Try not to change the taper if you don't need to, you know. Yeah, so maybe I'll show you here on the buckle just to give you an example of how much slow speed I might be using here. And I would always have so many burn marks on my tooth.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know what's up, so that's when I'd get rid of those with the slow speed, obviously.
Yep. Makes it so pretty.
Yeah, and I got points off for being sharp on my cuss tips, literally every practical, so I don't know, I just didn't get it through my head, but it's not a lot, so. The biggest, you know, one of the biggest pieces of advice I would give is just study that criteria sheet and see that, you know, I don't know if this is true, but see that over reduction example for the occlusion is like 5 points, or sorry, under, whereas like under reduction is critical error or something like. Know those differences so that you know how to err.
Yeah.
It's
Just like any other practical.
yeah, exactly.
Make smart
A
mistakes.
practical principle.
Yeah. Smart mistakes.
Well, I won't worry about making it perfect, but what else was I going to tell
Now I'm
you?
gonna compare all my preps to yours, so.
No, you should be better than this. That on the mesial wall is going to drive me crazy if I don't fix it then. Oh yeah, I was going to tell you. Yeah. You know that, I forget that ludicrous song, but it talks about, they'll stop, then I put them on foot patrol, or whatever.
Yes.
So, At the end of the prep, you go on lip patrol. So you look for lips, and like just like intensely, you know, all up like this and down, looking. And the way you do it, they probably taught you, but it's just getting it so that you say like on the mesial here.
Yeah.
I have darkness behind that corner. I have light and then darkness behind, and that really allows you to see it. And you should follow that all the way around. You tend to have them on the line, I guess. Your enamel hatchet.
Okay.
And go, especially on the mesial and distal, just go through and just scrape. I mean, you don't, if you can obviously see it that you don't have one, you don't have to scrape it, but
I mean, it doesn't hurt.
it doesn't. It really doesn't. Go through and like I said, you don't want to come at it like that because you'll create a bevel.
Right.
But try to kind of put it at the same plane as that margin.
Just like you would when you're doing a prep for
Yeah.
class 2 or whatever.
Yeah. And so yeah, just get out with the enamel hatchet, or that's usually the best thing to do it with.
Yeah. So with the margin, so you left the pencil mark there. So is that as,
Well,
or would I need to go lower? Realistically, would I need to go lower?
with the, if you're either running out of time at the end of practical, or you're just like got that feeling like if I touch it anymore I'm gonna mess it up, you know, then just alcohol swab it off of there after you're done.
Okay.
But if I had more time, I would probably just continue slow speeding it and making those walls.
Okay.
Again, this is not what you should be shooting. You should be shooting for even smoother walls.
Right. Well, no.
But I would be working it until that line's just barely on.
Okay. I just wasn't sure, like, when I had that line, how much of that line should it not be there at all? Should it barely be there? I mean, obviously when you turn it in, it don't have to be there, but.
Right. And if you're right around that line, I mean, you should be either at it or it's just barely gone.
Okay. Okay.
Because it's 0.5
Right.
is the distance the line is away.
It is?
Yeah, it's 0.5.
Okay.
If you're using 0.5 lead, which I think you are, or it's 0.7, but if you do Pythagorean theorem, you know, where you're lining up against.
Or I could just get some 0.5 lead and boom,
There you
0.5.
go.
I didn't know that was like how many millimeters.
That's hilarious.
Never thought about it actually.
So it's like 0.3 to 0.5, I think, is what they wanted at.
Okay, so I've got
So you either take it just to it or just get rid of it.